So, this is how I'm starting 2026. With one simple intentional decision. Let me make friends. Not more contacts, not more followers, not more networking opportunities disguised as conversations. Simply friends. People I can be honest with, people I can laugh with, people who make the future feel less abstract and more shared. And if this feels relevant to you too, I want to invite you to try this with me. So here's the question I'm holding as I step into this year. Who could I become friends with if I allowed myself to begin? Not who should reach out to me, not who already fits perfectly into my life, but who might be one genuine conversation away from becoming someone important. Because friendship isn't emotional decoration, it's biology. And for over decades, the Harvard study of adult development from my friend Robert Waldinger has followed people across their entire lives. And its conclusion is strikingly consistent. So the strongest predictor of long-term happiness, physical health, and longevity is the quality of our close relationships. Not money, not success, not productivity or status. Strong social bonds reduce stress. They protect the heart. They strengthen the immune system. They even slow cognitive decline. Loneliness, on the other hand, increases the risk of illness and early death at levels comparable to smoking or chronic stress. So friendship isn't soft. It's foundational infrastructure for a good life. Which also explains something else. Why friendship feels harder as we grow older. So as children, friendship happens through proximity, right? Same street, same school, same afternoons. As adults, proximity disappears and something else takes its place. Protection. We protect our time, our routines, and often our hearts. And life gets fuller, it gets busier and more complex. And we all feel that. And friendship suddenly requires something that feels riskier than it used to. Initiative. Because someone has to make the first move. Someone has to ask the question. Someone has to open without knowing what will come back. And that moment can feel awkward. But I've learned something about that feeling. Discomfort is often a sign that something alive is trying to begin. So friendship doesn't happen to us as adults. It happens because someone chooses courage over comfort. So instead of waiting for friendship to happen to me, I'm choosing to practice creating it. So here's the small experiment I'm trying as the new year begins. It's nothing dramatic, nothing complicated. You can do it too. First, arrive with a real smile. Not the polite one we use to move through life efficiently, but the kind that says, I see you, and then actually stays for a moment. Second, ask one honest question that you're curious about, something you genuinely want to know, and listen like the answer matters. Curiosity is one of the fastest ways to make someone feel safe. And third, offer one specific compliment. Not a generic, you're great, but something grounded in what you truly notice, their energy, the way they explain something, how they treated someone else. And finally, release the outcome. No expectation, no obligation, no subtle attempt to turn the moment into a transaction. Just a clean act of generosity. And then let the moment stand on its own. Friendship doesn't begin with intensity or commitment. It begins with presence and the courage to offer warmth without guarantees. So as I was writing this, I noticed something else. Many of the most meaningful moments from my podcast, The Future is How, circled back to relationships. As I mentioned, one of my guests, Robert Waldinger, who leads the same Harvard study, said it very clearly. The strongest predictor of a long, healthy, and happy life is not how many people we know, it's how connected we feel. And that insight stayed with me because it reminds us of something important. The future isn't something we wait for. It's something we practice together. So as you enter this year, you might be planning new projects, new goals, new changes. I am too. But alongside all of that, I'm choosing something quieter. And maybe just as important, I'm choosing people. And if this resonates, consider joining me. Not by trying harder, but by opening a little wider. And let me make friends. It may be one of the most future-ready decisions we can make this year. With love, I'm Frederik.